Hello, it is I. IR Smart.
Well, I thought it was obvious.
In 2016, we got this movie, and it was called Suicide Squad. And it sucked. It was an awful movie. It's just generally agreed on that it's a bad movie. Like, there are some okay parts of it, and I'm not saying you're wrong if you like it, but you're wrong if you like it. So anyway, it's just a bad movie. Like, you have these characters that are just super eh. Like, at least, you know, they introduced Harley Quinn into the DCEU, which is pretty good. But other than that, this was just a time when DC was just a real stinker. Like, there was just nothing good. Eventually, though, I think that the next year we got Wonder Woman, which was pretty good. And then we also got Joker in 2019, which was really good. We also got Birds of Prey in last year, or I can't remember when that was. That was really good. I liked Birds of Prey. But then also, a couple months ago, they gave us Wonder Woman 1984, which sucked. It was awful. I hated it. They had Wonder Woman, which was great, and you have Wonder Woman 84, which sucked. But, I don't know, DCE was just super inconsistent, but they got their act together because they made The Suicide Squad. And when I heard this announced, it's like, yeah, James Gunn, remember that guy from Guardians of the Galaxy? He directed Guardians of the Galaxy? Yeah. He did both of them. He's both Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He's gonna make a new Suicide Squad movie. And I was like, wow. I mean, James Gunn, I did like Guardians of the Galaxy, but I don't know if he can make Suicide Squad good. And let me tell you, he made Suicide Squad good. It blew my mind. Alright, I went and saw the movie. Yesterday? Was it? Yeah, it was yesterday when it came out. It was great. Like, that's all I have to say. It was good. It was really good. I gotta, like, yeah. So yeah, this is my review of the movie. As per usual, I'm gonna just give you my general thoughts. No spoilers. I'll tell you when we do spoilers. And we'll go right into the nitty-gritty of this movie. All the good juicy details that are in this crazy movie. So first of all, this movie's rated R. If you're going into it, know that. And it's not just like a little rated R, it's like a lot rated R. You know, we're talking like Deadpool rated R. So this movie is actually pretty comparable to Deadpool in terms of like the theme and tone of the whole movie being a lighthearted comedy about a bunch of people dying. So yeah, it's I don't want to get too much into spoilers, but that's kind of the general tone of the movie. You know, don't go into it expecting the same boring, just kind of dull tone that the first Suicide Squad had. Go into this expecting to see, like, you know, all the great things about Deadpool. That is, you know, over-the-top action scenes, actually kind of really good comedy, characters that are entertaining. I know, these are all basic movie things that Suicide Squad failed to do. So with The Suicide Squad, it just looks so much better. Like, it's such a great movie. You got an all-star cast in this one. You know, you got Idris Elba was in it, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn again. She came back, she was great. They continued her character from her development that she had in her own movie, which was Birds of Prey, that's what it was called, yep. So that was cool. I'm glad they didn't just, you know, forget that happened. But they also didn't retcon the first Suicide Squad. That's still the general story that happened in that movie, where it's like a squad of bad guys on a mission to stop a thing. And they got grenades in their necks. Yeah, it's basically that, alright? It's the same general plot, but it's better. It doesn't suck. And the Joker's not in this movie, so it's so much better. Because, gosh dang it, why did they cast Jared Leto as the Joker, and why was he so bad? Like, anyway. Moving on, yeah, this movie really surprised me, and I really did enjoy it. It's everything I like in an action movie, and then just a little bit more. Because it was just nice. It wasn't, you know, super dull and boring like Suicide Squad was, you know, and it wasn't like annoying and bad. Like, it was good. Everything was concise. It made sense. It didn't get confused in its plot. Like, it was a pretty good plot, I gotta say. Like, it didn't get overbearing with explaining every little detail and being, oh, look, this, and then there's this secret meaning that you, the audience, need to understand and apply to your life. It's just a movie. It was entertaining, and that's that, which was nice. It's refreshing to have a movie like that once in a while. It's not groundbreaking and crazy, you know, cinema. It's just good. It's good cinema. That's what it was. And I love that. We need more of that. So what do we got? The new Suicide Squad is really great. You know, it's great. Also, speaking of cast, also John Cena was apparently in this movie. I didn't see him anywhere. So I don't know what that's all about. They said he was in there. I just didn't see him. So anyway, yeah, and then who else? There was a ton of names in this movie. A lot of great characters. I'll get into that in spoilers, because I really like some of these characters. Also, Rick Flag. I don't remember what his actor's name was, but he was the guy from the first movie. He's back, so he's in it for a bit. He's actually kind of interesting this time. I mean, he was a bit interesting in the first one. He was one of the better characters from the first one, so I'm glad they brought him back. But yeah, overall, it was enjoyable. You know, the final boss battle at the end, you know, it was a good boss battle, and other than that, yeah. So now, I think it's spoiler time. Yeah, spoiler time. So if you haven't watched the movie, go watch the movie. Come back here. If you have watched the movie, now to be fair, I am released, you know, it just came out on Friday. So, I haven't given you much time to go see it, which I usually do, but I don't know. I just felt like releasing this now. So anyway, yeah. It's spoiler time. So, this movie is crazy. The starfish, right? The giant, big old starfish. It's got face-hugging tiny starfishes that come out of it. Crazy. Now, this is taken straight from the comics, from what I was told. And it's cool. But, anyway, I gotta talk about characters, because characters in this movie, man, they're just, it's crazy, alright? So first off, you got Blood Idris Elba's character, whatever, I don't remember what his name was. So he's cool. The only thing I don't get about him is he takes like this little tiny thing, like he's like, oh, look at this spoon that I keep on my pocket, and then he just goes, and then it's like, what do I have with me? Like, this is now my, I don't know, I have a gun now, and he like just takes a spoon that just transforms into a gun. I'm like, how does that work? And then he puts like another fork on it, and it turns into an even bigger gun. I don't know how he does that, and I call bullcrap on that, you know, but whatever, it's science fiction. So, yeah, fine. So whatever, he's a cool character, and you have his foil, which is John Cena, who was supposedly on this. I didn't see him, but he was in there apparently. So you got this Peacemaker guy, right? He's pretty cool. Don't know why it's a toilet bowl on his head, but whatever. Anyway, so he's pretty cool. I kind of got an idea, like, there's something weird about this guy. Like, he really is just. I like the scene where the both of them were trying to outdo each other with kills. That was entertaining. And another great part of this movie is all the kills. There is a great variety in kills. Again, this is where I compare it to Deadpool, because with a PG-13 movie, it's just a guy either gets shot and he falls over, or he gets punched and he falls over. This one, you got dudes getting like chopped in half, ripped in half, blood spewing all over. It's crazy. This movie is so much better because it's rated R. The first one, I think if that could have been rated R, it might have been a bit better. But this movie could not have been PG-13. Even if they tried to, it would take away so much. So I'm glad they committed and actually made it. And it's something I wish Marvel would do more often, because like what we've gotten Deadpool and Deadpool 2, which aren't even technically, they're Marvel, but they're X-Men, so they're not MCU. So like, I don't know. And also, can we get a rated R Star Wars sometime? Like, I want to see people getting like cut in half by lightsabers and stuff. All right. Now, to be fair, we've had that before, but it's got to happen more often. Okay. Like, I know there's not blood or anything, but like, come on, we need more of that. We need more like brutal kills in Star Wars, rather than just, oh, I got shot, I fall over, or, oh, I got my hand chopped off. They don't even do that anymore. Disney doesn't even have any limbs removed in their movies. What the heck, man? They have like one. I can't remember who it was though. Anyway, forget about it. Well, actually, yeah, Snoke did get cut in half. That's what I was thinking of. Well, I'm getting off topic. So characters, John Cena's character, that's where I was. So we're cycling back to that. He was cool. He had his big old plot twist where he's like, I'm gonna do anything to keep the peace, even if that means making sure this information doesn't get out. So that was a plot twist, and it made sense. I really don't like it in movies when they're like, oh, we have to have a plot twist where a character betrays everyone, and then it doesn't make sense for their character why they would do that. So it made sense for him. And it was a callback to earlier in the movie when he was saying, actually, I can't say that. He said he would do an explicit thing. Let's say that. I'm guessing if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. He said, I would do explicit thing to save liberty or whatever, and keep the peace. So good foreshadowing. Good job, movie. Yeah, this is what happens when you hire good writers and directors. You know, take notes. Take notes, DC. Please do this in more of your movies. You just keep it consistent, please. God, so many great things. Also, the cinematography in this movie is crazy. You got fight scenes that are well choreographed. Props to choreography team for making good fight scenes. Like you got the Harley Quinn fight scene where she's going down a hallway and like shooting at a ton of dudes and there's flowers, which is just good editing. So props to the editing team for doing that. That was cool. I like that. And just overall, just so many great, I can't even talk about all the great action scenes in this movie because there's just so many. And they were all so different. Like you got the opening sequence where you're like, oh look, here's this team of people and they all die, save for 2 of them. And then you're like, oh, there's actually this other squad, and then it cuts back. And you have these title things, like 4 hours earlier, and it's just like a line in the sand that's like drawn out to say that, and it's unrealistic and stupid, but I love it. It's great. It's just so cheesy, and it's great. Also, other characters. The shark, Nawai, I loved him. He was great, like really great. I did not expect him to be an interesting character. And he was a super cool character. So, yeah. Also, we could just take a ton. He takes bullets, he takes getting eaten, he takes getting thrown into buildings, he takes getting crushed by a... Like, I don't think anything can kill him. So that's pretty cool. You got Polka Dot Man, who's like my favorite character in this movie. I wish you would have gotten to done more, but there were a lot of characters in this movie. That's, I think, one of the drawbacks. So many characters, and some of them just had to die and go away quickly. You didn't get a chance to get attached to them, but, you know, they saved Polka Dot Man's death for the end. So it was pretty emotional. But yeah. That was... Dang. Polka Dot Man was great. Such just a one of those weird DC characters. They're like, yeah, we made a guy that throws polka dots at people. It's like something you just make up. But no, that's who they put in there. So, I don't know. DC Comics, like, I love when they just pull little things out of here and it's like, yep, here you go. Polka Dot Man. And I think... Next, I gotta put Calendar Man in there. I think that's actually a DC character, Calendar Man. That'd be cool. Like, give James Gunn Calendar Man, he would make him cool. I'm telling you, like that's just what he does. So, I mean, to be fair, this movie is kind of thematically similar to Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's just, you know, a bunch of obscure Marvel characters in Guardians of the Galaxy. This is a bunch of obscure DC characters, and James Gunn just took them and made them both cool. So. I don't know. So much about this movie. Also, there was that one thing where Harley Quinn was like dating the president and then just straight up shot him. That was pretty good, you know. I mean, red flags, you know. She did date the Joker, so she knows what to look for when, you know, as in, nah, can't do him. Gotta get out of here. So, yeah, good character there. And yeah, there's just so much that happens. But I can't talk about everything because it was just so great. There was a 69 joke. It was very funny. It was extremely funny. But yeah, it was a great movie. I really liked it, and yeah, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed the movie because I did. You know, to be fair, it wasn't difficult to be better than the first Suicide Squad, but yeah, this was a great movie. So anyway, that's all I had for you. I'm gonna let you go now. Have a good rest of your day. I don't know how to do outros. Bye.